But big news, we're kind of in the podcasting scene, the streamcasting. No, close. Mm-hmm. But so you guys have you guys heard of Joe Rogan? There's a guy. No. He's like a podcaster, like comedian type sorts. Well,
is he a doctor?
He might be. I think he might have a PhD or like he's got. I don't know. He's definitely someone that you can trust with medical advice. But Joe Rogan's been in the news a lot lately. They're trying to cancel him essentially. Have you guys seen that they're trying to cancel him?
Yes.
So there was Neil Young removed his music because of some quote unquote COVID misinformation, which I think that's debatable. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to trust Neil Young over Joe Rogan, first of all, on Neil Young's medical opinion. And then there was some other old lady or something that started pulling it. And then I think there's been a couple other. But big news last night. Did you see this? It's all over Twitter. Joe Rogan is confirmed to be hard R guy. Big hard R guy. On the podcast.
Oh, interesting.
On the podcast. There's a video circulating. It's about a minute and a half of him just saying the N-word on the podcast.
Oh my god. Well, you
dropping
remember
the hard R's. And it's just the word, and then it moves on to the next one. And this is a minute and a half of this.
Jesus Christ.
And it's like, holy shit.
What's like the context? Is he just like saying it?
Well, I think it's
the video.
It's probably got to be the same as like H3 podcasts early on.
Yeah. So
they were like, I'm not afraid of the word. I'm not using it in an offensive.
And then the context there is that he was having H3 was doing an interview with iDubbbz, and then iDubbbz, his fans are called N-word F-words, right? And so Ethan just felt that it was very. He felt very comfortable saying it just repeatedly over and over again. But
I don't mean to distract us, but also we should talk about that Sam Hyde documentary at some point.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's so fucking good.
It looks good. I think it's a similar context with the Joe Rogan video, but it's just a lot. It's a lot of footage, a lot of material, and then he goes into a story about. They go to some like black neighborhood, and he's like, it was like Planet of the Apes, and everyone starts laughing in the video. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? That's not like a normal thing to say. Or, that's like not good context to be in the video. I definitely don't want to watch it, but I'm going to see if I can find it here to send to you guys. Oh yeah, here we go. Joe Rogan N-word is the first thing that comes up. Let's see.
Was this like before he got like enormous? Like, was he just kind of like how long?
Not really. Like, no, it's on the last set before he was in Austin. When he was in LA.
Yeah,
it's like the brick wall.
I'm seeing him in front of the brick wall.
Yeah,
saying the N-word right now.
Oh shit!
I was like, Jesus Christ! Like, I did. Like, what? What the fuck? There we go. I'm sending it in the chat now. But it's fucking gnarly, man.
The witch hunt of Joe Rogan is insane. Leave the man alone. Don't like his podcasts? Don't listen to them.
And so, yesterday, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson came out and supported Joe Rogan, and then someone like sent him that video, and he was like, "All right, guys, I didn't know this was out there." I just,
my god,
I'm not about that. That's not great. So, yeah,
that's fun.
It's insane.
Oh my! I like how it's just spelled out in this title. Like they don't care. They just spelled it out. They didn't say like Joe Rogan says N-word. It's just Joe Rogan and the word.
Yeah. So
what word is that? Yeah, what word is that?
What word are you talking about there?
I'm not Joe Rogan. I don't say that. Unless I'm playing Call of Duty. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, I had some good one lines. I was like, I haven't heard that many N-words since the family reunion. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard that many N-words since the Daytona 500 race.
That's fully true.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, visceral indeed. But I haven't actually watched his apology, so I'm gonna pull this up and watch this real quick.
He says, "I'm sorry for saying," and he just says the word 3 times.
No, that'd be good. That'd be
I'm sorry you were upset.
All right, so I'm gonna watch this real quick. Just give me 1 second. So let's see.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends. Great.
I'm making this video to talk about the most
Is that what he said?
regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word. It's a video that's made of clips taken out of context of me of 12 years of conversations on my podcast.
No, he probably cut to a clip.
He was like, "There's a clip on the internet, a video clip of me using the N-word." It's like,
basically, if he's
you might as well just say it at this point.
He's self-censored. I see.
Yeah, self-censored. No, that'd be fucking downright diabolical if he just said it. He's like, "There's a video of me." It reminds me of that clip of Joe Exotic. What's with all these joke guys wanting to use the N-word, dude? But Joe Exotic, when he's like, "I can't say the N-word. What is this racist society? Rappers say it in their songs all the time, but I can't say it." It's like, no, Joe, you can't. I'm sorry.
Smushed together, and it looks fucking horrible, even to me. Now,
Who's?
Neil Brennan.
No.
He was co-creator of Chappelle's show and all the stuff that Chappelle did. And he's white, and he drops it in the Netflix special that he has.
Does he really?
Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll say it. I don't care. I'm the blackest white guy you know."
Guy's got the pass.
Damn. Okay. So Neil's valid? Is that what it is? Is that
I don't know.
Yeah, I think we have the authority to declare him valid.
I think so.
Yeah.
4 white guys discussing the N-word. We are.
Yeah, I say go for it, fella.
All right. Yeah, dude. More power to you.
That's sarcasm.
Okay. I know that to most people, there's
anybody
no
who doesn't understand
context where a white person is ever allowed to
Speaking
say
of
that
irony,
word, never mind publicly on a podcast.
Hold on,
and I agree with that now.
Recording.
I haven't said it in years, but for a long time, when I would bring that word up, like if it would come up in conversation, instead of saying the N-word, I would just say the word. I thought as long as it was in context, people would understand what I was doing. I was also talking about how there's not another word like it in the entire English language, because it's a word where only one group of people is allowed to use it, and they can use it in so many different ways. Like if a white person says that word, it's racist and toxic, but a black person can use it, and it could be a punchline. It could be a term of endearment. It could be lyrics to a rap song. It could be a positive affirmation. It's a very unusual word, but it's not my word to use. I'm well aware of that now.
So I just watched more of this apology video, and Joe Rogan literally uses the Joe Exotic defense. He's like, "There's not another word like it in the English language where a group of people can use it in so many different ways, but other people can't." And then he goes, "You can use it in rap songs. It can be a punchline." That's nuts. That is wild.
To be a punchline.
If you're like a black person, I guess. I've never heard of the N-word being a punchline. I know there is that Louis C.K. Bit where he says it, because he's like, if you say the N-word, like, everyone knows what you're saying, so he just skips that part and says it, which I think that's what Joe Rogan's kind of talking about as well. But this is not a good time, I think, for all this to come out.
Not a good time, we'll go.
Not a good time to be a guy named Joe Rogan.
No, I don't think so. So yeah, I'm
Neil Young is coming back to Spotify.
Maybe Neil saw that video, and that's where he's coming from with all the misinformation drama and stuff.
Neil Young was like, "This guy thinks he's on top of the world right now. Wait until I release this nuclear bomb."
Yeah. He's like, "I'll show this motherfucker." So,
dude, maybe on Spotify.
what do we think, guys? Is he going to be canceled? You think this is the straw that breaks the camel's back?
Nah, I doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Spotify is deleting a lot of his podcasts, though.
I think
that's being done en masse right now.
It seems like every time something like this happens, all it does is like increase like the viewers because they like. I mean, like, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. Like, obviously, it's like, it is what it is. But like, it seems like every time that something like this happens, people like go crazy because then they're like, oh, like what's gonna happen next? Like what? Like what next?
Like who's he gonna have next on the podcast to address all this?
Yeah, like they just
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
He's gonna have the Grand Dragon next.
Fucking hell. Ooh. That'd be. I mean, yeah. That'd be very. Well, it's like kind of the Howard Stern shit. I mean, that guy used to have fucking David Duke on his show all the time.
Yeah.
So, and Howard Stern hasn't been canceled. So.
True.
But he also had him on there to make fun of him, I guess. So, I don't know. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens. I don't think Joe Rogan is cancelable. Personally,
No, I don't think so either.
And even if he did, like, even if Spotify kicked him, right, it'd probably be a net positive for him because he would get all that contract money, and then he could just go like start his own thing if he wanted to keep doing the podcast.
But also, like, look at what happened to Alex Jones. Like, Alex Jones was kicked off of YouTube, and then his like he had to make his own pay for whatever website, and then he increased the people that watched his videos by like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I believe it. Infowars.
Infowars.com sponsoring.
Cut my Jeff, sponsored by Alex Jones and Infowars.com. You can't cancel the truth, right? That's what it is.
Spotify basically did this to themselves because they took Neil Young off and then, started a war.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't even know Neil Young was alive until this.
Yeah.
I feel like this is all just a publicity stunt for these guys.
And he hasn't been canceled for saying homophobic stuff,
Yeah.
Who, Neil Young?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Does he say homophobic stuff?
He did at one point.
I didn't know that. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell?
He might still. I don't
It's not very cash money,
No.
I gotta say. All right. Well, let me see
solve that
here.
problem.
We've solved the Joe Rogan inward problem. Great work, everyone. Round of applause.
Record time, we saved America.
We fucking did it.